Hi, my name is Bradley Lehman. I am the 6th, 7th, and 8th grade language arts teacher at iTech. This is my 6th year of teaching at iTech, and I've enjoyed every year. I'm going to first talk a little bit about myself, kind of my interests, and then I'm going to tell you what we have planned for the school year. First off, I have to say, this is the most important thing, is that I'm a big Blazer fan. I love the Blazers. I love basketball.
Lillard, long range three, and it's good at the buzzer!
Another thing about me is that, of course, being a language arts teacher, I really enjoy reading. And of course, my favorite series is the Harry Potter series. I read it a long time ago when I was in middle school and high school, but every once in a while I revisit those books. But I also love other books as well. I love science fiction. I love historical fiction, realistic fiction, mystery. I just love reading. Another thing about me is that I enjoy watching movies and TV shows. My favorite TV show right now is Stranger Things. They've had a few seasons. I really enjoy them. They're kind of a fun sci-fi mystery drama. I'm also big on being outside, going hiking, camping. Let me talk to you about the projects that we're going to be doing this year for language arts. So for 7th and 8th grade language arts, the first project that we're going to focus on is called Free the Speeches. And the driving question is, how are speeches from the past still relevant? And what we're going to look at is we're going to first analyze some historical speeches, some famous historical speeches, and go through them and see if they're still relevant to today. And we're going to start with Abraham Lincoln's Gettysburg Address. Then we'll move on to Martin Luther King Jr.'s I Have a Dream speech. The next project is a project that we will do with, it actually involves 3 classes: language arts, US history, and 3D and design. It's the National History Day project, and the name of the project is going to be called Voices of Us. And the driving question is, how has communication shaped our history? This is a project that we do every year and that we find a lot of success with. Essentially it puts students together. They have to work in teams, and they have the option of creating a museum exhibit, a documentary, a website, or a play. We're still trying to figure out how this is going to work with distance learning, but we're confident we can make it work. And usually the students have a lot of fun with this project. So that will be the second project that we do this year. The third project is we are going to be, the project is called We the Popoli. And in my class, and this is something that we will be doing, this will be a language arts US history project. But what we'll be doing is we're going to be reading a book called The Narrative of the Life of Frederick Douglass. Frederick Douglass was a former slave who escaped slavery and then went on to help other people escape slavery as well. And the idea is, what historical figures should be honored that maybe aren't that honored nowadays. And we're going to be looking at the little pop toys of these, and they have a bunch of different figures, usually popular pop culture figures. But they also have some historical figures as well. And students are going to actually make their own pop based on a historical person that maybe doesn't have, hasn't been honored in that way. The last project is we're going to be looking at symbolism. And I'm hoping that we can do this. I've got to be able to find enough books. Maybe we'll be in person at this time. Maybe we won't. But we are going to be reading a book called Monster, one of my favorite books. And just really seeing how the author uses symbolism in this book to really to really amplify the message of the book. Something else about with language arts that we're going to be doing this year is the 30 book challenge, and all the students know about it at this point. But essentially, I would like students to read 30 books by the end of the school year on their own. This is not a competition. This is not graded. This is just for their own personal growth. I really believe that everybody should be a reader, and not only should they be a reader, but they should be a well-rounded reader, that they should read different kinds of genres, different kinds of books, biographies, poetry, historical fiction, fantasy, science fiction. And so I'm going to really push students to read 30 books, but also to read different kinds of books throughout the year as well. We will find the right book for your student. I will help them. Our librarian will help them. We will find a book that will work for them. And the main reason why I do the 30 book challenge is that a lot of studies show there's a correlation between students who read well and students who do well academically.